Ellen Greenberg had a smile that could light up a room and a magnetic charm that drew people to her. Her outgoing and warm nature made her instantly likable, and she effortlessly made friends wherever she went. In 2011, Ellen was a promising teacher who had a remarkable impact on her students. Those who knew Ellen would agree that she was funny, vivacious, and loyal. Her sense of humor brought joy to any room, and her infectious laughter was contagious. She was looking forward to spending the rest of her life with the man of her dreams. However, all that would change when Ellen's life was mysteriously cut short, leaving her loved ones with many questions. Ellen Greenberg was born on June 23, 1983 to Joshua and Sandra Greenberg, and was raised in Pennsylvania. She was a friendly, joyful, and social girl from the moment she entered the world. Her unique personality captivated everyone she met. One of Ellen's passions was cooking. She had a natural talent for whipping together delicious meals that delighted her family and friends. Fashion was another area of interest for Ellen. She had a keen eye for style and always managed to dress impeccably. Ellen's fashion sense made her stand out and turned people's heads wherever she went. Despite her close relationship with both of her parents, Ellen was undeniably a daddy's girl. She and Joshua shared a special bond that revolved around sports. Whether watching games together or participating in games, Ellen and her father's love for sports created countless memories. Faith played a significant role in Ellen's life. She was raised Jewish and attended Temple Beth El in Harrisburg, where her parents resided. Throughout her childhood, she actively participated in religious ceremonies, which instilled in her a deep sense of spirituality. After graduating high school, Ellen attended Penn State University and graduated with a bachelor's degree in education. It was no surprise that she decided to pursue a teaching career, as Ellen's ability to form strong connections with children was evident early on, and they consistently gravitated toward her. In 2007, Ellen had the opportunity to become one of the founding teachers at Juniata Park Academy on Hunting Park Avenue in Philadelphia. The school aimed to provide quality education to underprivileged children. Ellen began and ended every day with her students by hugging them. Unlike teachers of the past, Ellen embraced a modern and hip approach to teaching. One of her unique initiatives was incorporating physical exercise into her lessons. When speaking with her mother Sandra on the phone, Ellen often shared amusing anecdotes about her students and the funny things they had said. In 2008, Ellen met Sam Goldberg through a mutual friend. The couple was set up on a blind date and instantly hit it off. Ellen and Sam's connection was undeniable, and they quickly fell in love. Joshua and Sandra, Ellen's parents, were impressed by Sam's charm and were delighted to see their daughter so happy. They were supportive of their relationship and embraced Sam as a member of their family. After 3 years of dating, Ellen and Sam decided to take the next step in their relationship. Sam proposed on a California beach, and Ellen was filled with excitement and joy. She wanted to share her happiness with all her loved ones, so while at the beach, she sent an image of her dazzling engagement ring to everyone she knew. By January 2011, Ellen's life was in perfect order. She was newly engaged to Sam, surrounded by amazing friends and family, and had a thriving career. Everything she ever wanted seemed to be falling into place. However, all that would change on the evening of January 26, 2011. That night, Sam left his and Ellen's apartment in Philadelphia to go to the gym. Upon returning, Sam attempted to insert his key into the door lock, but to his surprise, he was unable to gain entry. The front door was locked, and he soon realized that the sliding door lock had also been engaged. Frustrated, Sam reached out to Ellen. Sam sent a text message to Ellen, informing her that he was waiting outside. However, he failed to receive any response. As time passed and Sam continued to wait, his frustration grew. He became increasingly agitated and expressed his dissatisfaction through text messages. His messages began with polite inquiries, such as, "Hello," "Open the door," but quickly escalated into more demanding and angry tones, such as, "What are you doing? I'm getting pissed and you'd better have an excuse." In a last-ditch effort, Sam sent one final text message, expressing his disbelief that Ellen hadn't come to the door. Since Sam wasn't getting any responses from Ellen, he forcefully broke the lock on his apartment door to gain entry. When Sam entered the apartment, he made a disturbing discovery. his fiancée. Ellen Greenberg was seated in the center of the kitchen, and protruding from her chest was a large butcher knife. At 6:30 p.m., Sam called 911 and explained to the dispatcher that Ellen was bleeding from the head onto the kitchen floor of their apartment. Within moments of Sam calling 911, police officers and paramedics arrived. As the medics examined Ellen, they determined she had no signs of life. At 6:40 p.m., when the medical examiner arrived, Ellen was pronounced deceased. The police officers searched Ellen's apartment and noticed 2 clean knives in the sink. Additionally, there was a fruit bowl on the counter containing cut-up pieces of fruit. It appeared as if someone had been in the middle of making a fruit salad. When Ellen's parents received the news that their daughter had died, they were left in a state of shock. Unfortunately, there was a severe snowstorm in the Northeast, leaving them stranded at their home in Harrisburg. The police spoke to Sam, who was cooperative and was never considered a suspect in her death since his key fob entries matched his story. Several hours into the investigation, police arrived at the scene and determined that she had taken her own life. This determination was made because there were no signs of forced entry. On January 27, 2011, the day after the discovery of Ellen Greenberg's body, the detective working the case informed her parents that the consensus amongst the detectives was that Ellen had taken her own life. However, Ellen's parents did not believe that for a second. Sam and Ellen had just sent out their save-the-date announcements for their wedding, and Ellen was excited about it. This determination did not make sense to Joshua and Sandra, as they believed an individual who was planning to take their own life wouldn't go to all that effort. The medical examiner who performed the autopsy on Ellen Greenberg discovered nearly 20 stab wounds over her chest, neck, and head. Additionally, her body was covered in bruises in various states of healing. Once the medical examiner finished the autopsy, he determined the manner of death to be homicide. He made this conclusion based on the fact that the knife was embedded deeply in Ellen's chest, which indicated that a significant amount of force was necessary to cause such an injury, and the examiner believed that it was indicative of a murder. However, in April 2011, 3 months after Ellen's death, the medical examiner made a surprising announcement. He retracted his initial finding that her death was a homicide and changed his ruling to suicide. Sandra and Joshua decided to take further action. They recruited an expert pathologist, hoping that his expertise would shed light on the circumstances surrounding their daughter's death. The pathologist examined all the evidence related to Ellen's death, including the autopsy report and crime scene photos. This pathologist was baffled at how the police in Philadelphia had ruled this a suicide, given the number of stab wounds found on Ellen's body. This pathologist firmly believed that Ellen was murdered. However, the detective assigned to the case remained steadfast in his belief that Ellen had committed suicide. Despite the compelling evidence to the contrary, the detective refused to budge. Sandra and Joshua Greenberg contacted a veteran detective named Tom Brennan and asked him for help in changing the manner of Ellen's death from suicide to homicide, or at the very least, undetermined. When Detective Brennan reviewed the photos taken from Ellen's apartment on the day she died, he noticed the fruit bowl on the counter with cut pieces. If Ellen were contemplating suicide, Detective Brennan wondered why she would suddenly start making a fruit salad. He had never heard of a situation like this before. Assistant District Attorney Guy DeAndrea from Philadelphia also took an interest in the case, and he believed her death should have been ruled a homicide. DeAndrea stumbled upon a portion of her spinal cord at the medical examiner's office. Detective Brennan, who was investigating the case of Ellen on behalf of her family, contacted the medical examiner's office in Philadelphia to request permission for his neuroforensic pathologist to examine the spinal cord. Ellen's parents vowed to continue their crusade to get their daughter's manner of death changed from suicide to homicide. Despite facing initial resistance from the state of Pennsylvania, they remained steadfast in their pursuit of justice. In October 2019, they filed a civil lawsuit against the Philadelphia County Medical Examiner's Office and the individual medical examiner responsible for conducting Ellen's autopsy. In 2020, a Pennsylvania court ruled that the family of Ellen Greenberg did not have standing to sue the city of Philadelphia over the investigation into Ellen's death. While the court acknowledged the deeply flawed nature of the investigation, it determined that the family lacked the necessary legal standing to pursue the matter further. The ruling was a setback for Ellen's parents but failed to shake their determination. They appealed the decision to the appellate court, hoping the higher court would provide them with the necessary standing to continue their lawsuit. However, the appellate court panel upheld the ruling, further solidifying the conclusion that Ellen took her own life. Despite this setback, Ellen's parents continue to advocate for their daughter's case and challenge the initial determination that her death was a suicide. They believe further investigation and examination of the evidence will reveal the truth and bring justice to their daughter. After Ellen's death, Sam left Pennsylvania and moved to New York. Today, he is happily married and has 2 children. Ellen's loved ones want her to be remembered for her warm smile and big personality. Her parents, Sandra and Joshua Greenberg, cherish the memories they had with their daughter and strive to honor her legacy. However, understandably, Ellen's absence from their lives is a constant source of pain. We invite you to dive deeper into this discussion, share your insights, or learn more about the nuances of this case. Whether you're intrigued by the psychological aspects, interested in the societal implications, or have theories of your own, we want to hear from you. For more stories like this, click the link above to learn about the horrific murder of a mother taken at the hands of her husband when one woman isn't enough. Thanks for watching. Stay curious, stay connected, stay with Reely Unreal.